Also, no cost sharing for preventative care. I think that's important because the first step is, you know, if you need to get a dental cleaning or you need to go in and get a checkup, those should be covered in your health insurance plans without co-pays. And that's part of what the President and Senator Reid are supporting. And no dropping of coverage for the seriously ill. One that's near and dear to my heart that a lot of people don't know, no gender discrimination. Do you know that most women pay more for their medical bills than men? That's just wrong. No gender discrimination anymore. No annual or lifetime caps on coverage. And also, we need to extend coverage for young adults. Right now, I believe the law says that the coverage ends at 22. Under this package, it would go to 26. And why that's so important for those of you who have kids that are going to college and you're already burdened with the college expense and with tuition costs rising, we need to be able to cover our students while they're going to college, period. Guaranteed insurance renewal, that's another step of the plan. The ways to pay for this, and Obama has made it clear, our president and also Senator Reid, we must find efficiencies in the system. I don't know how many people out there have had the same tests ordered time and time again. I have. You know, most of those tests, by the time the second or third one comes around, it's unnecessary. That's why we need medical records online. They need to be protected. Our doctors should be able to access our medical files to determine what care we need. That is efficiencies in the process, and that's part of the importance of healthcare reform here today. Honest mistakes do happen, and the mistakes are costly. They're costly to human life. They're costly to the system, and we must change this healthcare reform. I'm committed as your Reno City Councilwoman to spread the word. Let's let Reno have an honest dialogue about what it's going to take in Washoe County. Let's get rid of the national scare tactics. Let's sit down. Let's talk to our neighbors and friends. Let's do it like we do over having conversations when we have our friends over for dinner, you know, around the kitchen table. Let's educate people on why reform is so important. I'm committed to doing that. Senator Reid's committed to doing that. President Obama's committing to doing that, and that's why we need all of your help. On a side note, I just want to give praise to Senator Reid. I can tell you from a city council perspective how much his leadership has benefited the city in so many different ways. You know, we had our senior center open on Neal Road. That couldn't have been possible without Senator Reid. Our flood control project, we've had devastation from floods year after year after year, and Senator Reid has been pushing for funding for our flood control project, which, by the way, we're on schedule to finally making that a reality, and that never would have happened without his leadership. The Oliver Montello area and the gang activity, all the funding that we've gotten to turn that neighborhood around. And I can't tell you how important that is to the city of Reno. I could go on and on and on. But I want to thank him. I want to thank him for doing that, because quite frankly, our congressional leader has not been as supportive of our needs here in Northern Nevada. And thank God for Senator Reid for helping us out. And I just want to tell everybody that we need to get out, we need to stay active, we need to have those conversations around the kitchen table. We need to support Senator Reid. We need a new governor. We need a new lieutenant governor. We need to change the leadership here in the state of Nevada. And please, Senator Reid, thank you so much, you guys. Thank you for all your support. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, Jessica. I get to close up the prepared remarks and let you go to some individual chats. First thing I'd like to do before I start that is, how many of you, for how many of you is this the first time that you've come to one of these type of events? Thank you so much for coming. And this is an optional question. you know, it's important to realize that they is us. How many of the people in the room feel like they are grossly underinsured to meet their medical needs right now? They'd be in a whoop of hurt if something really happened. So we're here working for each of you. Right before I came into the building, I had a moment with Ina, not knowing that she was going to be a speaker, but she pointed out an interesting thing. It was particularly poignant to me. Last night I was the designated Democrat to attend the teabagger affair. And, you know, it's important to understand what's going on out there. Ina's observation is that she knows there's a whole group over here that is lying and screaming and creating fear and concern in order to stop progress. And then there's us on this other side who are at least committed to doing something to try to make the right things happen for all of us. And I'm glad to be on this part. I'm glad I'm here with you today, so thank you. Obviously, the primary theme for today is to get involved. And the first thing to do is to get to know your neighbors. Now, some of us live in neighborhoods where we actually do get to cross paths with our neighbors, others don't. But a sure way to know your neighbors is to get involved with the folks in the field operation who are working for neighbor-to-neighbor organizations. So I encourage you, when we're done, to go visit with those folks. I want to thank, first off, Senator Reid for convening us today, even in his absence. So thank you, Senator Reid, and his staff. I want to thank the speakers that were here today, Councilwoman Ratty, Councilwoman Speraza, Sam Lieberman, Ina, the others. I want to also thank the folks who took the time to do all the work to make today happen, including our volunteers at the tables and folks from OFA and the state party. And last but not least, I want to thank you for being here. I want to thank you for what you've done, and I want to thank you for what you're going to do. So thank you very much.